Hello? I didn't quite catch when Lewis was talking. He was trying to figure out who's here tonight. I want to know, where are you from? India. And where are you from? Britain. Great. What's your name, Britain?
Sam.
Sam. Sam, what did you have for breakfast today?
Muesli.
And more?
Coffee and juice.
Do you hear that? Such a sexy accent. I just love that. I don't love the muesli, but I love your accent. Yeah. No, I've actually had 2 British boyfriends. We had great relationships. We had great conversations. Great sex on the phone. Yeah. Then every time we would meet up in person, I would be like, how does it come that sexy voice belongs to this pale, skinny, slightly red body? I was like, yeah, you ever play that game where you put a bag over your head, honey? Yeah. No, it didn't work out very well. So anyway, like Lewis said, I'm from the Bible Belt. It's Jönköping, you know of it? Yeah, for those who don't know, it's the Bible Belt. And every time when I say that, I live here now, I get the question, so are you religious? And I'm like, hell yeah, I am. I'm actually a believer. I became a believer when I was about 15 years old, and I was at a confirmation camp. That's not a concentration camp. It's a confirmation camp. You know what that is? You're like, from India, you're like, no, we have only Hindus there. Well, maybe you have that in Hindu. You go to a camp and you learn how to believe in God and all that when you're 15 years old. No, you don't have that. Good for you. Anyway, so I was there, and the priest, he asked me, so Karen, do you want to take the easy or the hard way to God? I was like, yeah, well, I want to take the easy way. So, well, it hurt a little bit. But he gave me the Holy Communion before. Half a bottle of wine. Yeah, and then I got the Holy Baguette. That was great. No, it's good though, because I've been a good Christian ever since. Yeah, every time I sin, I take the Holy Communion. It's very easy, and you don't have to take it at church every Sunday. You can, but you don't have to. You can go to on Friday nights, Saturday night, Spy Bar works fine. They serve it there. Oh yes. They even serve it on Mondays. Well, actually, I got it this Monday from a Polish guy, and that was a truly religious experience. Yes. Jesus was a handyman, so yeah, that one worked out. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I'm from. What else? I'm not liking this. Should I stand over here or over here? I'm asking you now. What do you think? Right here? This is good? Okay, I'm going to try not to trip. So anyway, I got acquainted with a new phenomenon this week. It's what the police call a mobile flasher. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. An unknown man makes a video call to your cell phone and jerks off in the display. Yeah. You're not laughing, so you're a suspect. Yeah, this happened to me the other day, and I got really pissed off, actually. The quality was horrible. It was poor lighting. It was poor sound. To not talk about the video quality, it looked like this. I was like, honey, work on that. Yeah, well, and then, it's so weird because he can see me and I can see him, and then there was this embarrassing silence, and I was like, after a while, and after a few minutes, it got all white in the display. And I was like, hello, what happened? And then there was the hand. I'm sorry. Yeah, loser. Go out in the woods and do it for real, for fuck's sake. Yeah. I know that language doesn't go very well with this outfit. Right? So, what else? What else? Can I talk about? I gotta look at my little notes here. So why don't you just there's a bird over there. Yeah. That's right. That's what I've been thinking about this week. I've noticed that I'm going old. Yeah. I'm 33. I might not look that old, but down here I do. 'Cause I got hair. And I noticed that women under 25 don't have any hair down there. And I'm just wondering what the fuck happened between the 80s and the millennium. When I was 14 and I got my first tiny pubic hair, I pulled it off and I glued it into my diary. And I wrote, "Now I'm a woman." What do today's 14 years old do? Well, they pull off their tiny first pubic hair and they run to mommy and they're like, Mom, I'm never gonna get laid again. Yeah, it's a big difference. What happened to nice beaver? Now it's like more nice chicken fillet. Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I can compromise a little bit if that's what the guys want. So, but it's not at all like this hair. I mean, like I can come up to you and say, "Hey, great hair." But if I come up to you in the gym and, you know, in the shower and I say, "Hey, lovely vagina," not so comfortable, right? You're like, "No, is that Tony and Guy? Have you dyed it a little bit, maybe?" No, not so comfortable. So anyway, I want some really clear directives, what you guys want. And actually, I did get one really clear directive from one guy I was dating. I'll tell you this story. It's kind of gross, but anyway. We were getting it on. You know, he was on top and I was on the bottom. And all of a sudden, he pulls out an electric razor. Starts shaving it off. And he's like, "Yeah, I think this is more hygienic and fresher this way." I was like, "Hey, mister, you know what I think is more hygienic and fresher? No foreskin." Zip, 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 zip. Yeah, no, not so much pillow talk that night. No, really not. And he's not answering my texts either. I don't know if the fact pissed him off that I took the little piece of skin and sent it off to the Muslim organization in Rinkeby and wrote yet another scalp. Yeah, that might have been it. So anyway, I'm really glad that I was the first comedian up here tonight. Now I'm going to go and try to figure out how I can get the Holy Communion, because I have now sinned. Thank you very much. You've been a lovely crowd. I'm Karen Fagerlund.
Keep the applause going for Karen Fagerlund.